Hello, friends. This is Siran MUKERJI from Indira Gandhi National Open University in Delhi from India. And I have with me in this presentation today for the International Conference on Virtual Reality, my friend and colleague, Dr. Anjana. And we are going to share with you our experiences of immersive learning, which is in fact bridging the gap between innovation and social interaction. And we are going to talk about the use of metaverse with specific reference to India. I will now go to the PPT and switch off my video. Okay, as I said, I'm going to talk of application of metaverse in education with specific reference to its use in India. So as I see here, my dear friends and colleagues, this conference is on virtual reality, and this is a series of conferences that we have been having every year. So I presume that my colleagues here in this particular conference are already well aware of metaverse, but still, I would just like to quickly go through the metaverse, what it is, and how it has come to being. Well, as we all know, metaverse is a collection of all virtual worlds created with the help of blockchain technology, which is one of the latest in information technology innovations. And it is basically, as you all know, it is virtual, completely virtual, online, and it is a part of virtual reality system. And also it is partially virtual, like we have augmented reality, but in real world settings. What does it do? It basically enables, like I'm talking of education per se. So it basically enables active learning. The students, it helps the students to go for immersive learning experiences. What kind of experience is this? It is completely collaborative. Now, when I'm talking of collaborative, what do I mean? It means it's collaborative learning between the teachers and the students. It helps in keeping the students engaged. It is meaningful. And it, as I said at the very beginning, it helps in social interaction. Thus, the kind of isolation sometimes the students feel while pursuing the online courses, that does not happen here. They feel they are part of the group, although it is virtual. And since it is a new learning environment, naturally, it helps the students to innovate. Well, here I'll just like to give an insight into the characteristics of active learning systems, online learning systems for a student. In comparison to simple asynchronous learning, the virtual environments through virtual reality, they are active, they are engaging, as I've already discussed. And to a certain extent, it is more meaningful because the students are able to see the things practically on their screen through their glasses, virtual reality glasses. And it is social interaction, so they don't feel aloof, they don't feel distanced. And it enables the students to do a kind of iterative activities. And since they are practically involved in it, although virtually, naturally the learning process is very joyful. Now, what are the applications? As I told you in the very beginning, and my colleagues here who are part of this Virtual Reality International Conference, well, it is applied almost everywhere now in all the sectors. But here, what I am focusing on, as I told you in the very beginning, I am focusing on metaverse in education. In perspective, that means Eduverse. Now, Eduverse, it is basically an online learning environment which is offering the higher education institutions, in fact, all educational institutions, even at the school level, K-12, higher education, a very secure and private form of metaverse. As I already mentioned earlier, this is basically a virtual environment, learning environment, synchronous learning environment, helping the teachers and the learners to explain and explore the virtual worlds in a more synchronous, friendly, engaging, and a safe atmosphere. Thus, as we all know, Eduverse or metaverse in education helps the students to learn many things practically, which might not be possible in as such simple online learning courses. So the students, as I told you, they're working in virtual environments, and thus they are not only learning, but they are learning in a more socially interactive manner. Now I'm coming to, as I mentioned earlier, I'm coming to Eduverse in India. Well, I would like to share with all the participants here that this at present is at a nascent stage, but that does not mean that India lags behind anywhere. We are, in fact, very active so long as implementation of metaverse information technology in India. We are having it in both the sectors, the public as well as private, and it is through public-private partnership model. Well, it gives me great pleasure to share with the August gathering here that metaverse or eduverse in perspective in India, it has been established in the form of a polyversity, which is a public-private partnership of All India Council of Technical Education, which is a body of Ministry of Education, Government of India, and it is being developed. This particular polyversity is being developed in collaboration with Information Data Systems Incorporate of the United States. Well, it is the largest educational metaverse in India, and you would be surprised to know that this particular polyversity, metaverse university has more than 100 academic partners, 100 academic institutions involved in the form of virtual campuses, which also includes AICT's own campus, and they are making education more accessible, more meaningful, more active for the learners and for the teachers. Now, what is the goal? What is the goal of this polyversity? The collaborative project of AICT and IDS Incorporate, it is goal upskilling and reskilling. So what I mean by this is we want that 10 million students, 10 million students of the higher education in India, they should be trained, they should be skilled, and if they are skilled, they should be allowed, they should be given an opportunity to enhance their skill on immersive and emerging technologies. The second example, a mega example again, is the collaboration, again a public-private collaboration of Central Board of Secondary Education, which is again a body of the Ministry of Education, Government of India, with Meta, erstwhile known as Facebook. This particular collaboration happened in December 2021. What was the objective? It basically has got 4 parts. This is basically to develop online courses, online curriculum on digital safety and online well-being and augmented reality for the students of the school. The main objective being to nurture this particular school generation to becoming a responsible digital citizens of the country. Overall goal being to train more than 1 million teachers and 10 million students on virtual reality and augmented reality in India through this partnership project. What are the challenges? I'm sure you all must be knowing here. The challenges per se for this particular application is the high cost of the equipments involved in implementing this project, Metaverse in Education project. Again, it also has certain risks, the risks the same as those which we generally feel with the use of mobile technologies or online technologies. That is, it hinders in the physical well-being, health and safety of the children, of the students. It to a certain affects the psychology also, although here we have group learning, but then the students are all geographically dispersed, so there is no direct physical peer group learning. Then, of course, morality and ethics. Now, in this case, we have to provide the students, the young learners, the principles of ethics in education. Once that is imbibed, then this particular challenge does not remain a challenge. And of course, data privacy, we have to prevent our data. It is very addictive since it's very engaging. So it can be very addictive. It leads to social isolation because, the students, they try to remain always absorbed in this particular atmosphere, online atmosphere, thus limiting their physical interaction. And also, as I said, data privacy, cyberbullying, and harassment, these could be major challenges provided we don't look into these aspects. Well, this is in brief. I just discussed with you and highlighted the major two projects that are being taken up by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, in implementing metaverse as a virtual reality or augmented reality platform for educational purposes in India. Well, here are the resources. If our colleagues here would like to refer, they can look into these resources to get more information and insight into these projects. Thank you so much. Well, I thank the International Conference on Virtual Reality organizers for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on this novel subject. I thank my colleague, Dr. Anjana, who has been with me throughout this presentation. We are now open for any kind of discussion that you would like to have in this context.